Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making clams and chorizo. To start this dish we need 2 dozen little neck clams, and we're going to soak these in cold water for 30 minutes. You want to put them in a strainer so the sand can drop to the bottom of the bowl, and when you go to pull the clams out, the sand will stay in the bowl. We also need 6 cloves of garlic and 1 large shallot. For the garlic, we're going to slice this into thin little slices. We're not going to mince this because we don't want it to burn, and we do want to taste that garlic flavor throughout. For the shallot, we are just going to chop this into small little discs as well. Shallot is much sweeter than onion. It's not as sharp, and it's going to add a sweetness and a lovely flavor to our clams and chorizo. Once it's sliced up, we can add this into the same bowl as our garlic because it's going to go in the pot at the same time. Now for some freshness, we need the zest of 1 whole lemon, and we're going to slice up that lemon as well into wedges and use it for garnish. Just be sure to scrape the back of your zester to get all that zest in there. We need 3/4 teaspoon of chili flake. I'm using Aleppo, but use whatever you have. For garnish, we need 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. Just giving this a nice little rough choppy chop and setting that aside until we're ready to use it. Now it would not be clams and chorizo without chorizo, so we need 2 links of chorizo sausage, and I'm cutting this in half and then in half again, and then just chopping this into a small dice. Now our clams have been soaking, we can pull them out and you'll see all the sand in the bottom of the bowl. Just be sure to scrub each of your clams individually now. Now over medium heat in a Dutch oven or a large heavy bottom pot, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and let that heat up. Before adding in all of our chorizo, we're going to let this cook for 5 minutes because we want some of that fat to render. It's going to add a ton of flavor, and we want a couple little crispy edges on our chorizo. After 5 minutes, we can go ahead and add in our shallot and our garlic, and we're going to let that cook for an additional minute, just for that garlic to soften as well as the shallot. Now to add even more flavor, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter and let that melt down. Now my memory card for some reason registered full, so it didn't show me adding 3/4 cup of a dry white wine. I'm using Pinot Grigio, but use whatever dry white wine you have at home. We're going to let that cook for 5 minutes for some of that alcohol to evaporate out before adding in 8 ounces of clam broth, as well as our zest and our chili. We're going to bring this up to a boil before we're adding in all of our clams. Just evenly distributing them around the pot. Then we're going to cover this with the lid and let this cook for 5 to 7 minutes, shaking the pot every now and then to encourage those clams to open. And after 5 to 7 minutes, this is what you'll be rewarded with. And now we're ready to plate. Now I'm just plating this into a nice large bowl, getting a ton of that broth in there because there's so much flavor. Now that all the clams are in, we're going to garnish with a little fresh parsley. It's going to add a brightness, a freshness. We're going to add in our lemon wedges. That way we can squeeze a little lemon over the top. And I would encourage you greatly to serve this with a little crusty baguette. This is sourdough baguette, one of my favorites. So now we're going to squeeze a little lemon on top, grab a little bowl for our lemon wedges and our shells. And now we're ready to give this a taste, and I am very excited because it is smelling delicious. So I'm getting a little chorizo, a little clam, dipping it in our broth. The chorizo is spicy and meaty. The clams are tender, and you get the salinity and the taste of the ocean. You definitely want baguette with this because you can soak up all of this gorgeous, delicious broth. It was so fast and so easy to make. Everything about this dish is homey and rustic and absolutely delicious, and I really do hope you all try and make this in your home. But there it is, clams and chorizo, so easy. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really do appreciate it. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you loved it, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell because I put out new videos every Thursday. Thank you again, and until next time, happy cooking.